Call of Cthulhu time, gentlemen. I will begin, as always. Oh my fucking god.
That wasn't me. You can't blame me on that.
Who was it? Cthulhu?
Yeah. Yeah, we've got a ghost.
When you're finished summoning the great old ones, I'll recap what happened last session so that we're all caught up and ready to go. So you guys received a letter from Rupert Merriweather. He is an old acquaintance of yours who was on his deathbed and had something he wanted to get off his chest. You arrived there to find him in the very best of medical care. And he managed to explain an event in his youth to you before coughing up blood and letting you leave with a metal box with some, I was going to say artifacts, but they're not. I mean, I guess there's an artifact, but information within.
Some keepsakes.
Yeah. This information basically revealed that some 40 years ago, as a young man, him and his friends dabbled in the occult and accidentally released an evil djinn into an old farmhouse that they bought. Because of the warding on the farmhouse, the beast can't enter the farmhouse itself. They believe it's confined to the attic, but on the event of each one of them dying, that magic will no longer hold and it will be able to escape. So, as his dying request, he has asked you to do what he couldn't bring himself to return to the house and vanquish? That's not a word.
Vanquish.
Vanquish is a word. Vanquish. No, is banish is probably the word I'm looking for. Banish this spirit.
I think you're quiffing all over this.
Back to wherever it came from. Reading through the clues in the lockbox, you discovered that this group of would-be occultists were led by a man named Marion Allen, who had devised the original summoning ritual that he had transcribed from a book called The Divermis Mysteries. He had also returned to the house after the events, seeking a way to return this spirit, and then had met his demise shortly afterwards. What else? You arrived at Ross's Corners to find that the locals were a little bit surly, and the only sort of friendly face you ran into was Ma Peters, who owns the general store. She gave you directions to the house, allowing you to find it easily. At which point you investigated the house, had a little sniff around outside, found a weird dead raccoon. Went inside the house, had a little bit of a poke around, but your searching was cut short when you were attacked by a hobo in a state of panic who'd been hiding downstairs. He eventually, after some wrangling, revealed himself to be Red Jake, a down-on-his-luck hobo who had come across the abandoned house, planned on staying here for a few nights, bedded down for the first night, and was awoken in the night by a horrible monster, as he puts it. He then basically ran away and hid in the woods, and eventually, the next day, he eventually worked up enough courage to come back to the house to collect his goods, and was having a little bit more of a poke around when you guys turned up, and so he hid in the basement. And then he tried to escape. You guys eventually let him go on his way after you pumped him for information. And I'm pretty sure that is where we left off. Is there anything that I may have missed out? Hell got clobbered by Bertrand. Yes. You had an altercation with Rupert Merriweather's son Bertrand, who was a little heavy-handed with you, and when you tried to fight him off, things got a bit out of hand, and you ended up taking some knocks.
Physical.
Yeah.
Physical.
They did. Fistical, I'd say.
Fisticuffs, yeah. Let me at him. I've lost a spring. That's not good.
What? What?
No, sorry, I was fiddling with a pen when you were
Oh,
filling
pen. I was like,
Yeah.
what possible spring could you be using in the middle of this?
Spring water. Spring.
Damn, a pen. Actually, you've actually been taking some notes.
Well,
Wonders never cease.
I mean,
You wrote
yes
down.
and no.
You wrote down got ass kicked by Bertrand.
Yes and no.
Kill Bertrand.
Not handwritten notes.
Oh yes, the other thing that happened is when you arrived at the farmhouse, Miles realised that he had left his gun and pretty much anything useful that could have been in his vehicle at home. Amazing.
We also ran out of fuel and had to go blag a farmer for fuel.
Yeah. Who had pity on you because you were covered in blood, rain, and mushy peas.
Yep.
It's quite the combination. Miles has probably never been this filthy since the war, to be honest with you.
I'm looking forward to a bath and hot water.
Yeah, I think his composure is well, not at its lowest. It could get lower, I guess. There's more to go. Right.
I mean, I don't know how much lower. We're in a basement.
Well, let us see, shall we? Just how low we can go.
Oh yeah, hold on. No, carry on.
So the last you saw was Red Jake picking up his bindle and gingerly making his retreat from you after Edwin scared him a little by claiming you were here to do some pretty weird shit. That was all he wanted to know, and he was like, "Nope, I'm out. I want nothing to do with this."
He's sliding on out of it,
and off he went, leaving you two just sort of standing around in the house.
I think, yeah, I think that's enough drama for one day. Was there a like room for rent or somewhere we could bed down for the night? Because I think we're too far to drive back. I think Arkham is.
You have this lovely farmhouse right here.
No, everything is going to be fine. Let's go explore everything and see if we have to go to the second floor.
Okay.
So the only second floor is the attic.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I was going to correct myself because I was...
Yeah,
just making sure we understand.
3 or 4 stories.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sure we understand that we're going to die if we go to the attic. So, I want to check the basement.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the second room.
So the second room, you did sort of already have a look around in the second room. Let me skip back to that.
We've also got the front room to check as well. Now
that is the second room.
Yeah, I mean we enter here.
Right, okay. No, I thought we were calling that the
you
first
came
room.
In through the back room because the front door was locked.
Right. Yeah.
The front room, you did have a look before you went downstairs, but I'll read the description again for you. So dust lies thickly on the furniture and empty shelves, while dead leaves and detritus cover the floor. Now that's sort of been scattered in the scuffle with Red Jake, so there's clean, well, not clean, but cleaner sections of floor showing through. An iron stove rests against a wall with the ventilation pipe still connected to the outside. That was over here, the little circle overlapping the wall. The wooden floor is warped and stained. There's a round table with chairs near the stove. The warping and staining is a result of water leaking through the roof and ceiling. Rot is eating away at a table, an old couch, and a matching wing chair. Perhaps these mouldering pieces of furniture are the source of the foul odour in the room. Near the entrance to the second room is a narrow opening in the floor, revealing a steep flight of stairs leading down to the cellar. Who is...
That's me.
Posted on Discord. Oh, okay.
Yeah, just replying to Tommy's photo.
I see.
I being a dick.
Well, but I don't know. He could be held hostage. He could be in Jamaica. I don't know.
Maybe he's being held hostage in Jamaica.
Yeah. By his parents.
By his parents. Be kidnapped by his parents, taken to Jamaica. It's an interesting life.
It is.
So you want to go and check out the basement?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Le basement. So you've already sort of had a little look around there, but that search was interrupted by the surprise attack from Red Jake. So what you saw as you went down there last time is still there. So you've got your flashlight, Father Edwin. Roll me. I'm gonna say roll me a look check.
Oh. Okay. I mean, I already rolled for a spot hidden, but I'll roll for.
Well, remember the spot hidden roll, and we'll use that anyway. But roll me a look check for this.
Yeah. And it is a
90. No.
no.
Nope.
That's a 9.
That's a 9. Good.
Yes,
The flashlight is still working. It's held up quite well. You're pretty sure you haven't changed the batteries in the last 3 years, and yet here we are. It's still going strong.
The more fragile object between that and a gun is still functional.
I know. The thing is, I warned you the flashlight could be unreliable, and so far it's held up pretty well. Okay. So yeah, with your flashlight, you can go down and poke around, and you can see just fine down there. But it is like you are both sort of investigating just with him just holding up this low quality flashlight, right? This is not a modern flashlight. It's not illuminating the whole room. It's like it's hard to see anyway. So you're sort of like having to investigate everything fairly closely. What did you roll for your spot hidden?
17.
Okay.
That was a hard success.
So there is a lantern with oil down there that you find if you do want to, for any reason, have another lantern to use while you're in this farmhouse. There's one there that seems to be functional.
How much oil is there? Like, is it enough?
There is enough to burn the lantern probably for, I would say, probably about 6 hours.
Okay.
So it's a substantial amount, you could say. Right.
Yeah, I will light it. I would have
okay. Yeah, you can light
matches because I prefer cigars.
Oh, would you indeed?
Yes.
Sounds like a look check.
You have your cigar.
Yeah, sorry.
I think he brought cigars, but
yeah.
Did he remember his matches? Oh.
Jeez.
Yes,
yeah,
you did.
That's
You remembered your matches. So sure. I'm now like, when were matches invented? Because I feel like that was a World War II invention, but
if it's not,
I'll just double check.
If it's not matches, they'd have like.
No, it's something like it's way earlier than I thought it was. That's fine. Yeah, you got matches. It's cool. Okay. Where was I? So you see, as you've now got the lantern and the torch going, there's plenty of light down here. The cellar is small with a low ceiling, making the room feel claustrophobic. The floor is hard, packed earth. It's cooler than the house above and smells of dirt and dust. There's a pair of chairs against a wall at the base of the steps and a table with a missing leg resting on its side. Shelves line one wall. Cans and boxes sit on the shelves, each holding the long, spoiled remains of foodstuffs. Several tins of tea leaves lurk among the cans, complete with silver tea set now long tarnished. There are a few cast iron pots and pans for cooking, and sets of tableware for eating. Additionally, on the lowest shelf, hidden away, you find a row of bottles containing liquor.
How many?
Roll me 2d6.
5.
That's 5. By the steps leading into the cellar is an old but still sturdy 8-foot ladder. Behind the steps is a pile of lumber, a bag of rusted nails, and a wooden box with some old tools: a hammer, a handsaw, a hand drill with 3 different bits, a chisel, and a rasp. Rasp is a file for his Brits.
Yeah.
In a corner near the shelves is a like a sheet of tarpaulin that is half covering a large sort of old school trunk, like a travelling trunk.
Okay, well, the bottles will mysteriously find a way to the boot of the car. I don't know how.
Okay, sure.
Are they still good? That's the
Yeah,
question.
like, what are they? Like wine or brand or
Um,
whiskey?
yeah, I would say they would be. There's some form of spirit. Let's say
Like some sort of
it's a whiskey, like a moonshine.
What are you
whiskey,
talking
so.
about,
yeah,
Char?
moonshine.
They're 100% alcohol.
If you drink the 100% alcohol, I will kill you.
I mean, I don't think you're going to kill me. I think the alcohol is going to kill me before
Well, yeah, the alcohol will kill you. That's the point. Is you will die.
you.
I guess the trunk is on its thing.
Yeah.
If it doesn't give, I will grab the hammer and chisel.
Oh well, it's just a trunk. It's not like it's
Well,
not. It's not
if
that secure.
If it's locked.
It has straps.
And you
that are
forgot your key at
fastened.
home.
It has straps that are fastened and latches that are secured, but no locks.
Okay. Well, I guess I open it.
Okay.
So, I have to ask, do you have the key for your car?
Yes, I would have taken it out. when I
Because
took the
you
engine
seem
off.
to be forgetting everything home.
Look, we know the car was working. You got here in the car. It's fine.
Yeah, but we're playing a supernatural game, so it could be the car started by itself.
Oh my god, a ghost started the car. It's haunted. It's
Yeah, that's fine. I've still
it's
got
the
the keys in my
machine
pocket.
spirit. It's the Omnissiah's will.
Red hasn't stolen the keys.
So inside the trunk, are you opening it down here or do you take it upstairs?
Take it upstairs.
Okay.
Assuming it's
Yeah. You drag the trunk upstairs and open it in one of the 2 rooms. You find the following inside. There is a folded black cloth with a handwritten letter resting on top. On the underside lid of the trunk, like as you open it, like carved on the inside are more warding sigils that seem similar to the ones that are on the doors and windows of the farmhouse.
Okay.
Within the trunk are 6 folded black robes, a cigar box, a sheaf of yellowed papers, and check if this is actually in or whether it's referencing something you've already got. Oh yeah, no, it's yeah. So yeah, 6 folded black robes, a cigar box, and a sheaf of yellowing papers.
Cool.
So you've got a letter, robes, box, papers. What are you poking around with first?
Hold on, I need to roll something. Where was it? That will be the letter.
The letter. Okay. Right. The letter is dated 23rd of March, 1877, which would be, around the time they did the original summoning. It reads as follows. I don't know why I'm putting this down on paper. It's probably a bad idea, but I feel the need to leave some kind of explanation for my actions and intent. When I took the sarcophagus from my uncle, I did not think it would be missed. I expected to be able to research it and return it later. I was such a fool. Despite believing in the powers we tried to summon, I grossly misunderstood the consequences. Now Robert is dead and Harold a madman. I'm going back to the farmhouse to organise our things. I dread stepping foot again in that place, but I must make sure that our materials will be available again when we need them. Since the others are too shaken to attempt a banishment of the creature, I can only hope that the thing hasn't the power to remain in our reality more than a few hours or days. At least it's bound to the house itself. I shall search for a means to destroy it before the last of us passes from this world and it is released from the house. If it is still there. I believe I know where I can find the knowledge. I need to drive the creature away without assistance from others. I hear tales of mystics in New Orleans that will know much of the true magics of the world. I'm leaving the gold box in Rupert's care. I told him not to sell it on or have it appraised by anyone, but did not tell him why. He also seemed puzzled by my insistence not to live in Boston, but I believe he trusts my judgment not to go into danger unwittingly. My uncle does not know about our dark brotherhood, so Rupert and the others will be safe from anyone looking for it. I'll be back to put things right again. Marion Allen. P.S. I write this before I close the lid on the trunk. The thing is still in the attic of the house. It seemed to recognize me and spoke foul curses at me. I will carve protective walls on the trunk to prevent any tampering with its contents, just in case. Yeah.
Convenient to confess everything on paper. Okay, so part of the Brotherhood, me for Jesse, is part of the part of this group.
You already know Marion Allen was the leader of this group.
We do?
Yes. He's the one who you have the news article for. He was found dead shortly after this.
Yeah, we know he's dead, but
Yeah.
I didn't know he was the leader. Sorry,
Yes.
no, I know he's the leader of this little group, but I'm on about the leader from the first game.
What?
What?
Yeah, he's saying to avoid Boston, and he's referring to the Brotherhood.
Yeah. The Brotherhood is
So,
what these guys called themselves when they were doing the summoning.
Oh, they're not related to this group.
No.
Oh, okay.
This
Never mind.
Brotherhood.
No, yeah.
The previous game, The Haunting, is completely unconnected to this.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
That was
that's
just,
what I was trying to get to.
I realised what you're about now. That was the Church of something or other. I forget what that group was called.
Yeah, I thought that's because he's saying to avoid Boston.
Right.
I thought there was some connection to the group from the first.
No, not the case.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
a mere coincidence.
Gotcha. Well, once is a coincidence, twice is.
In this case, it is just a coincidence. Just because a lot of Cthulhu is set around Boston and Arkham. But yes, by Dark Brotherhood, he's referring to this group that he led that included Rupert Merriweather.
Yep. Gotcha. Okay. Resume normal operation.
Okay. Well, that is your letter.
Okay. Next would be. Hold on, where is it? That will be the cigar box.
The cigar box. The box and the brand of cigars date back to the 1870s. Inside, when you open it, is a small metal canister and a smaller wooden box with a sliding lid.
Next will be the black robes.
There are 6 black robes. It seems likely these were what the guys were wearing to do the original summoning. That's about it. I mean, they're just black robes. There's not a lot to say about them.
Heresy, burn it!
Okay. And then the last will be the sheath of paper.
Sheaf of yellow papers. The papers are handwritten notes all dated from 1877. All the sheets are in the Marion Allen's handwriting, which you can compare against the letter. That's how you know. So 6 of the sheets of paper are all the same. They appear to be copies of a Latin chant. There's another sheet. No, sheet. Okay. Another sheet identifies the Latin chant as being derived from a book called De Vermis Mysteris. It also states that while the original chant detailed the ritual for releasing the spirit trapped in the ancient amber, several words within the incantation have been replaced, changing the original summoning ritual to one of exorcism, so that it may be used to dispel the vile spirit currently trapped in the attic. Another sheet contains a description of a pentagram, which it says must be drawn as part of the ritual, which I'll probably screenshot that and slap it in the Discord for you in a moment. And then there's 3 sheets that discuss the procedure of the ritual itself. These sheets state that the ritual, Spanish ritual, will take at least an hour to perform, likely longer, and must be started at midnight. At all times, at least one person must be chanting the ritual. The pentagram needs to be drawn on the floor, and a certain combination of chemicals must be burned in a fire. There are notes written by Marion Allen that mention that the chemicals are a brown powder, which he says he has prepared and stored with these papers in a metal canister ready for use. The notes say that at least one person must be performing the ritual chant at all times, but the notes recommend that several people take part, allowing each individual to occasionally break off without disturbing the overall ritual or its potency. If the chant is continuous, with at least one person reciting and repeating phrases aloud, the spirit will eventually succumb. However, with the slightest disruption of the chanting, the ritual may result in failure, requiring it to be restarted and performed again the following night. The notes also suggest that a watcher should be posted to basically prevent nuisances and distractions of malevolent spirits during the ritual.
Okay. So basically a how-to guide.
Pretty much a how-to of how to actually perform the banishment ritual.
Okay, so midnight, that's about 7, 8 hours from now, right?
It is currently 8 p.m.
Oh, 8 p.m. So it's about 4 hours. My apologies.
It's okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we're doomed. Charon used the best thing to kill us.
Yeah.
What are you
Time.
on about?
Time.
We're going to have to burn through our luck
Why?
to continue chanting.
I don't know what you're on about. I didn't write this. You can't blame me. Blame whoever wrote the initial version of this back in the fucking
sorry.
70s or whatever.
Like a call handler and a customer
We can blame you to choose it.
Yeah.
Look, no matter which one I would have chosen, it would have been the same kind of shit. This is just how
I know.
Cthulhu works.
Someone's got to bear the brunt of our complaints, and it's going to be you because you're on the call. So.
Okay, I'm sure you'll get your own back when we go back to D&D on Sunday.
I feel my character is going to die.
Just wait for the crossover when suddenly you find your D&D characters in this house.
I mean, actually, my D&D character can literally Eldritch blast the house apart.
True. Yeah. It's slightly more prepared to deal with the Eldritch horror as a warlock.
I can poke some holes in it.
I mean, do I
Maybe.
really need a fucking sanity when I'm a warlock? I'm already fucking
I mean, yeah, you're already borderline insane anyway.
insane. So, I mean, yeah, okay, if you lose the sanity, it's going to be awful. Cracked Flax is dead.
So you have a bunch of things here. What do?
I guess we go check the attic.
Not now because he's going to be there. Does he say where is the circle supposed to be drawn?
On the floor.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
of the attic.
on the floor of the
no,
attic, the main floor,
just of the floor in whichever of the two
The house?
rooms you decide you're going to do this in. Yes, inside the house.
Okay.
which of the two had
Fireplace.
the door to the attic?
The back room. The back room has the it's got like a hatch in the ceiling that has like the warding sigils around it.
Yeah, okay. So I feel we should do the ritual in this one and remove everything we could. I mean, we could do it in the all the way down in the basement.
That's certainly an idea.
Do we have a fireplace around?
Yeah, there's a fireplace here. You found the ashes in there from Red Jake. And this is where you probably, like, as you reference the notes, you realise that the powders have to be burnt in the nearby fireplace as part of the ritual.
So we're going to
So
have to do
you
it
probably
here.
need to be in that area.
Yeah. We're going to have to try to. Maybe we could try to block the attic door, but I don't think it's going to really stop him.
Well, that's what the warden sigils are for. The warden sigils prevent him from being able to enter these two rooms.
Yeah, but the other guy said, if I remember, he got chased out of the house.
That's what he said.
Okay.
I feel we should try to clean the room and just keep what we need in case it's something in the room.
Yeah. I mean, there's a hammer downstairs, so that's sort of an improvised weapon.
I mean, we have a table.
We throw a table at it.
Yeah. I was going to say table leg.
Roll for
He tried to
table
kill
flip.
us with it.
I thought you were going to flip it over, like use it as defensive barrier.
So we could try to block all the window, even if they have sigil. I feel we should just try to block any possible way for us to see it.
What are the sigils?
Bef-
Are the sigils made of chalk, or is it like carved into the wood?
They're kind of carved in. I'll send you the picture that's with the thing, which makes it look like they've been carved in and then like some sort of paint or dye has been added. And I don't know what that would be to survive so long. But I suppose, like, I mean, you know, paint back then was made of all sorts of crazy bullshit, like, you know, so it probably would last. It was probably just really fucking bad for your health.
Bits in motor oil.
I paste this into the Discord. You'll see that, like, just above the windows and door, there's evidence of the sigils.
Yeah.
Hold on, open it.
That's sort of what you're dealing with.
So they're outside.
Yeah,
the
they're outside, but there's somewhere around the attic hatch as well. There isn't a picture of that, but like, if you look up at the ceiling, imagine, like, you know, like, I mean, we still have these in England, like just a big square hatch in the roof that you can like lift aside the panel, and then climb up, and around the rim of that, there's like more of these sigils.
Okay.
Okay. So I would say let's start moving everything out of the room we're going to use.
Yeah, have it ready.
Have the room empty.
Mhm.
And what I could do is go around the house and see if, like, some of the sigil has been erased over time. Maybe that's why he was able to run. It was able to go in the house.
Okay. So which of those are you doing first?
I feel Pell could start moving the stuff, and I'll go around the house.
Okay. So your back room, are you putting it just in the other room, or are you putting it outside? Are you putting it in the barn? Like, what is the what's the plan?
You know what? Throw them downstairs.
In the basement?
Yeah.
Okay. So Miles is going to start moving all that shit downstairs, and then Edwin goes to investigate the symbols outside. Roll me. What shall we call this? I'm going to call this an occult. Because you're trying to determine whether these symbols are intact.
Yeah, so I rolled a 22, so that is a hard.
Yeah, I mean, this guy has notes for the original ritual as well that details these symbols, and you go around and you compare, and you're pretty confident these have remained unchanged. Possibly like I said, like by the use of the carving and the paint, but you think also maybe there's more to it than this. Like maybe there is some magical element to this.
And the one around the hatch?
Yes, same. It seems intact. It seems to have been unscathed. From what you can ascertain, like your knowledge of the occult is sort of not tainted, essentially, but flavored by your religion. You're involved in Christianity, right? Because Christianity is a religion that has a lot of magic within it. There's exorcisms and spirits and devils and demons and all this shit. This is all part of the Bible.
But 99% of the time it's burn it.
So you're like, yeah, maybe there is some like divine power that has maintained these sigils, these symbols of protection from a time long gone. And you believe that when Marion Allen carved these sigils on the outside of the house, it has essentially, in a way, it's kind of made these two rooms like hallowed ground almost, right? It's like consecrated this place.
Yeah.
So the spirit cannot enter these two rooms.
Yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like.
You know what?
Like
one thing. Should we leave? Should we leave the dead raccoon or move it somewhere else? That is something I could think it could. I mean, we're talking about the spirit, but I think the dead is not out of the order.
Entirely up to you what preparations you want to make.
Yeah, I know. I feel we should just move the raccoon away.
You're gonna move the raccoon? You can do.
Yeah.
Where are you putting the raccoon?
Down the well.
Yeah, out of sight, out of mind.
You realise that's going to poison the well?
Yes.
I mean,
this place is shit. Yeah, no, the water was still good. I mean, you know what? Fuck. Do we have a shovel around? That would be a luck check.
I don't. I remember you having a shovel before for the haunting.
I do, but I don't know if I don't think you would have just
brought it with you. And we have established that Miles forgot to bring anything useful.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not that he forgot; he didn't need it to just talk to a friend.
Yeah, but he fumbled his luck roll so bad that we established that like he did not pack anything useful in the vehicle at all.
Yeah. So let me roll my luck just for fun. If I brought a shovel or something dumb. Or I can find a shovel inside the house.
Yeah, all right.
I mean,
yeah,
it's a farmhouse.
yeah. Roll me a look.
Nope. 79.
79. How much is your look? 67. I'm going to say you don't find one in here, but you do remember, because you went and looked, there was one in the barn.
I'm going to go pick it up.
Okay. So you head out into the barn. Now, as you remember, the barn was littered with debris. I assume you're taking a flashlight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It is dingy in there. It's not dark, but it's getting darker. The sun is starting to set now. We established it was summer, so the light has been up for a while. But like the sky is darkening to red as you sort of flit into the barn. You are going to need to make me a dex roll to see how well you can traverse the debris in the barn.
Pass.
Pass.
46.
Excellent.
Yeah.
You managed to pick your way through various broken farming implements and tools, and eventually rustle up a shovel, and you make your way back to the house with the shovel.
Question, Tarrant. Did you say they had like a small place where they had firewood?
Yes, there's like a lean-to just on the outside.
We're going to bring that inside the house too.
The firewood.
Yeah, for the fire, because we're going to need it.
The firewood outside was damp, but you do remember there was some dry firewood in the basement.
Yeah, okay. Perfect. We're going to move that back up.
Yeah. So you come back in with the shovel. At this point, Miles has been dragging like just furniture from this room down into the basement. So this is now like a wide open area. The table is gone. The whatever this was has gone. So it is just now basically the fireplace and just the floor.
Who has the best drawing? Because we're going to have to draw
we'll get to
circle.
that in a moment.
Okay.
So yeah, the pentagram needs to be drawn as part of the ritual, which the notes do say you need to start at midnight.
Okay, so we need to start drawing the circle at midnight.
You start the chant at midnight, and pretty much the first thing you do is start burning the powders and drawing the pentagram whilst the chant is going on. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to dig a hole and place the raccoon inside and just fill it up.
Oh, you're burying the raccoon like just in the yard?
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah, okay. Sure, you do that. You dig a hole. It doesn't take that long. You slap the raccoon in it, cover it back up. How deep do you reckon you dug? Just a shallow sort of that'll do kind of hole?
I mean, maybe like...
a full 6 foot deep grave?
No, maybe 2 to 3 foot.
Just out there for hours. Okay, roll me a strength check, and I'm going to say roll me a hard strength check, just to see how fatigued you get.
55. That is my.
Okay.
No, it's my strength, but
That's
it's
cool.
not high.
So all I'm going to say is that's fine, but there may be a time later on when I'll give you a disadvantage dice for anything involving physical activity. You've worn yourself out a bit. You've put some real effort in. You've dug a deep hole and stuck this raccoon in. But by the time you stumble back in, you're a bit pooped. I'm also going to get Miles to make a similar check because you've been dragging furniture down into the basement on your own. Is that a hard?
Really
that is
good.
Just a hard.
Yeah,
nice. You're fine. You kept yourself fit after the war, unlike Father Edwin, who's maybe got a little bit too fond of the cream cakes. So yeah, Miles is still fit and healthy. He's dragged all that furniture down, no problems. You guys sort of meet back up. By this point, it's probably about 9 p.m. and it is starting to darken a little outside. And as you're sort of looking around and seeing that the preparations are finished, you hear suddenly a flurry of like activity in the attic. Like just noise, movement, something like out of the window outside. Like you hear something hit the floor just over here and then just scurry off towards the woods.
Okay. So I came back inside at the perfect time.
I think if you'd have fucked around much longer, that might have been bad.
Yeah.
But you got done just in time. Yeah.
Okay. We're going to bring the wood inside the other room. Be
Yes.
ready to start a fire to keep for hours.
Yeah, I mean you can start that now. There's enough wood if you want to get a fire
Yeah.
going. You can bring the wood
For,
up from
like,
downstairs.
The whole night.
Yeah. There'll be enough to keep the
Okay.
fire going for the night.
So let's start the fire. Other than that, what else? I mean, I would pull out the pentagram and look at it to try to.
Yeah, it's in the Discord.
Yeah, I know, but what I mean is my character is going to look at it, so he try to not make an error if one of us try to draw it while being attacked or stuff like that. So, and read the chant to just know a little bit about it. So, like, try to memorize the stuff.
So the chant exists. Like there's a card with the Latin chant on. There's 6 of them that are identical. So they're written out in Latin. It says like I won't read the whole thing, but just as an example, it's like O Spiritus Vosper Potentium Serpentium Vertum Excorsio and all this lot. And it's just like it's a short chant that you kind of repeat just continuously. Where there are certain words that have been altered. You can't see what the original word is because it's been crossed out, but the replacement word is exorcio, which you don't need to roll for because you speak Latin, is the exercise, right? You can see where this has been amended to change it from the ritual that summons to the ritual that banishes. There is also a transliteration of it into English. Though the notes do say you need to read the Latin chant specifically, but it has been written out in English. O spirits, you I exercise by the power, wisdom, and virtue, by the divine knowledge, by the dark void, by the name of the old ones, the root, trunk, source, and origin of all of the divine names, whence they all draw their life and their power. I exercise you by the name Nyarlathotep, signifying the most excellent bringer of wisdom. His majesty so high and brighter than the stars of the void. I exercise you by the most powerful name of Asatoth, the all-powerful, who shall punish the crimes. I exercise you and I command you absolutely, O demon, in whatsoever part of the universe you may be, by the virtue of all these names, hear you and obey.
Okay, and you got to do that for an hour. Well, in Latin.
Yeah. So yes, I mean you've got 3 hours till midnight, which is plenty of time for you guys to read and begin to memorize your Latin chants.
Okay. Are we locking? Can we lock the back door? Does the front door key lock on the? Does the front door key work on the back door?
Interesting. Roll me a luck check.
Oh. Okay.
Nope.
That's not looking good. No.
No, it doesn't.
So we have a door. The back door.
Does it have a latch?
I mean, you can close it. It doesn't have a latch. I mean, you can try and wedge it shut with something. There was tools downstairs if you want to try something else to like secure it.
Yeah, I'll put some nails in that fucker.
You can try and nail it shut.
Yeah, the bag of nails down there.
Okay. What I'm going to get you to do is roll me a strength check to see how well you nail this shut. Unless there's is there like a?
I mean, you do have a crafting, but
that's more for like cooking and tailoring.
Yeah.
I don't think you have.
You do have mechanic. No,
that's for mechanical stuff. I think it probably would be like arts and crafts, carpentry, or something like that. But
I mean, now you don't really need.
Unless otherwise it's
We'll say flat strength for this, and I just want to see like how well you do. because that may affect how easy it is to undo. Right.
That
Oh my
is
god, you almost got
a
to 0, but
47,
is
which is a normal.
A regular success. Okay, cool. So yeah, you take out a hammer, you nail the back door shut. You are now also essentially locked in here as well.
I'm going. I mean, the front door too is we locked it.
It was already locked. You never unlocked it.
Oh yeah, that is true. I mean, we don't know if the other guy literally just left by the front door.
No, he went out the back.
I would test the front door lock to see if that can unlock.
Yeah.
And
You don't have to roll for that. The key you've got unlocks the front door and locks it again if you so wish.
it will. I wish.
Then it is so. Just like an orc, you wish it, and it is true. The door is locked.
Do we have curtain around the windows?
No, but the windows are like filthy anyway. Like you can't really see much through them. Although I think wasn't one or two of them broken. Let me just double check because it's been a week.
I think there was a crack in one.
Let's get back to the outside of the farmhouse. Most of the windows are broken. The ones still intact are filthy and resemble frosted glass due to the years of dirt and dust. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say there are curtains because the picture kind of looks like there's curtains. So sure, I mean, but they're partially rotted.
Okay.
I'll say you can close the curtains, but it's not necessarily gonna fully cover every window, right?
Yeah.
But it might help.
Well off.
What I will do is I'll call a quick break to go get a fresh drink there because I know I'm going to have a lot of talking coming up for the ritual. You've still got 3 hours to do as much prep as you want, but when you're ready, we will just fast forward to midnight.
I mean, I almost want to say, I want to draw like the ritual already down, but not with what we need to draw it with, like just to do outline. Like you do it, but you can also just start again with something like do a draft on the ground already.
Yeah, I mean you can practice it.
I mean, so how are you supposed to do the circle? So you use a chalk or something?
You know what? I was thinking like salt initially, but possibly chalk. I'm just gonna check
because I mean salt is. I just want to know how you're supposed to do it because if we can like use something to just do all the circle and during the ritual we just add all the salt or all the chalk we need just by passing over it. So even if we like lose momentum, we at least have the outline on the ground.
Let me just see what it said in Rupert Merriweather's notes. Fire was set in the fireplace and a pentagram chalked on the floor, marked with appropriate symbols and illuminated by 2 black tapers placed near the center, flanking the piece of amber with its entrapped spirit. Yeah, so they chalked it. So yeah, chalk. And then afterwards, the handful of powder was thrown in the fire, producing an evil-smelling smoke and dampening flames, which now burn a sputtering green and brown. Those seated on the floor begin the Latin chant. Okay, right. BRB. Give me a minute. Right. What is happening? What are we? Any more preparations?
Gonna take a power nap for a couple of hours, and then and possibly have a bit of booze.
Sure. Booze before something going to kill us.
Just a sip. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. I'm covered in God knows what.
Absolutely.
No one's gonna know.
Yeah, roll me a Constitution check.
Con check. That is okay.
60. He's going to roll 100, is he?
If he fumbles this.
50, that's fine.
Okay.
If he fumbles it, after a small sip, he just drink the whole bottle.
He's just absolutely wanking for the ritual.
Yeah, I just have one sip and it's just like my pupils dilate.
It's been so many years.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but in a way, I would like to try to what is it? To bless the ground, but I don't know if it's going to fuck with the ritual. So
yeah, you don't know whether that's going to have any effect or not. Are we fully prepared?
I guess so.
I don't have any more idea.
Neither do I.
Okay.
I will. Yeah, I'll keep the hammer close by.
You're going to keep the hammer close by. Excellent. Okay, you have a hammer.
And the shovel too.
Right. So, that part. Right. So, as we start to get closer, I need a listen check from the pair of you. For you, Miles, this is extreme because you're asleep.
Okay. 63 for listen.
No one here.
No.
I mean, what is my listen? 65. Nope.
Yeah. I
could
failed.
lower it, but
You want to spend 8 luck and lower it? You got 67 luck.
8. It's a lot. I'll do it because we're fucked.
Because we're fucked. I love it.
Yeah, we gonna die.
Yeah, we're going to die. Okay, so listen, pass.
Okay, so at about 10 o'clock, as Miles is sort of snoozing in the other room on the moldy couch, you hear a horrible scream from the woods. It's short-lived, but it's a scream you might be kind of familiar with. You were in the war. You know the sound of a man dying. That's what the scream is. I'm going to get you.
Go wake up, Mile.
Well, I'm going to get you to make a sanity check.
It's either a trick or the djinn is actually loose because the guys died.
That's a pass.
Okay, you don't lose any sanity. Yeah, you can. You can wake Miles up.
I'm going to go wake up Mile with my shovel.
Yeah,
Miles, you are poked with the handle of the shovel.
I'm suckling at the tea to booze. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hearing people dying outside.
No, leave me with the booze.
I mean, we don't have. If you don't wake up, I'm going to take the booze and burn it.
Okay, I'm awake. I'm awake. I'm up. You heard someone dying?
I think our red hair friend stayed too long around and died.
Okay, I try and listen. I'm guessing.
I mean, he's dead.
You can roll it if you want.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay. That is a.
No, that's bad. Well, it's bad. Now you're going to have to do a sanity check.
How much did you
It's
roll?
that-
7?
7,
Okay.
That's a hard pass. Extreme pass.
Dream pass.
Yeah, but I've got to get 10 or lower for extreme.
You hear, just on the edge of your hearing, a rustling. And at first you're like, all I can hear is like the wind rustling. And then you realize it's getting closer and growing louder. And as you turn to say something to Edwin, he can hear it too. And you hear like something slam into the side of the house, like a big sort of impact on the side of the house, and then scrabbling up the side of the house, and then noise in the attic again. And then after a moment or two, it settles down and becomes quiet again.
I'm
Okay.
going to just take my finger and say, shh. I mean, I'm not going to do any sound, but I'm going to do the sign of shut up. We're not going to say anything.
Okay.
What? Okay. Do we have to roll sanity?
Not yet.
I mean, okay. Yeah. Okay, we're just standing there.
Stand in silence for 2 hours until
I
midnight.
feel we almost have to, because we don't know if he knows we're here, but I feel the longer he doesn't know we're here, the more chance we have.
Okay.
I try and mentally recall, because we obviously went around the house first. Was there like a gap? Oh no, the basically what I'm trying to, or rather recall, was there a potential like break in the warding glyph? So like maybe a symbol's
No, I
cracked in
already
half or
looked at
something.
that.
A symbol cracked in half or something.
No, Edwin has checked the symbols and they're fine. However, the symbols do only protect the windows and doors and the panel around the attic. It may dawn on you as you are now like, well,
Chimney.
I guess you're not discussing this.
It's the chimney.
But Edwin already went out and checked, so would have told you that basically, like, these 2 rooms are warded, but obviously the attic isn't warded. So I guess the thing is kind of free to come and go out of the attic as it pleases.
So we should be fine. Yeah, okay. So yeah, someone's definitely dead.
Okay. Do you do anything in the remaining 2 hours before it hits midnight?
Maybe one of them sleep an hour and the other one's.
Yeah. Yeah, take a power nap.
Just having one
Okay.
person who's still awake during the hour.
Yeah,
Good.
Edwin will
Good plan.
sleep the first time because
So do either of you snore?
I feel like that's a look roll.
Nope.
I feel like that's a look roll.
I mean, the other guy should stay close, but yeah.
Who's the snorer? Let's find out.
Not me.
Why is it felt? Oh,
Nope.
Oh. Okay,
None
no,
of us.
I'm fine.
Okay, neither of you snore. How fortunate.
That was lucky.
It really was. Man, look rolls are fun. Okay.
I mean, we exactly have the same amount of luck.
Yeah, I know, right? So yeah, you guys take it in shifts and get a little bit of shut eye. And soon midnight is upon you. I'm not going to make Miles roll a look check to see if he has a watch. I think he would have a watch.
Yeah.
I do.
So yes, by midnight, you guys are aware that it is time to begin your ritual. Now the question is, do I make you draw the symbol on the table? See how good it is.
I mean, with the mouse,
That would be
I
so
feel-
mean.
sorry to say that, but with the mouse, it's not possible.
No.
I could pull out my tablet and draw it on the tablet.
It's all right. You are capable of drawing the symbol. It doesn't require a check.
Okay.
So you begin basically using a combination of Marion Allen's notes and Merriweather's original description of the ritual. Sorry if you hear any fireworks. I've just noticed there's fireworks going off outside.
Okay.
You begin sort of like doing the ritual. So you start drawing this elaborate pentagram with the sigils on the floor. The fire's already lit. You begin the Latin chant. I take it that both of you begin the chanting on the stroke of midnight. And you start chanting. The powder. Do you know where the powder is? Do you have the powder?
Yeah, everything would have been set out, like, ready to access.
Mm-hmm. So where is the
powder?
powder?
The only exception would be the clothing, because I don't think there was any.
Are you wearing the robes?
Unless it was explicitly stated in the paperwork, which I don't believe it was, we wouldn't. But if it is, then we are.
It wasn't explicitly stated that you have to wear the robes.
Okay, then.
But I do need to know. I do need to make sure you know where the powder is.
Yeah, it's on the table, like where all the where we've got the paperwork and.
Yes, but where is it? What? Put it this way: there's more than one powder, and I need to make sure you've got the right one.
More than one powder?
Yes.
I thought in the box there was a gap and then a section with the powder.
Nope.
Or can you just repeat that part then? Because my notes say otherwise.
What do your notes say?
Just what I've told you. Cigar box with two compartments, one empty, one with the powder.
Right, that was not what you were told. Let's try again. Let me find the fucking thing. That is some shit note taking, my boy. Cigar box.
I mean,
once opened, inside is a small metal canister and a smaller wooden box with a sliding lid.
Oh, okay. Okay, and there was a powder in both.
Do you open them?
Well, we would have opened them before.
You need to be explicit if you do things, otherwise it assumes you do not. So when you open them, inside the small metal canister is a coarse brown powder, and inside the smaller wooden box is a silvery, almost talcum powder-like powder.
Okay. So
Was
yeah,
it
the
written which power was which in the note of the guy, or
it was, yes. The brown powder was for
the burning? I think.
Yeah, was for when the circle was complete. The silvery powder
Was to write the
right
circle.
for the circle. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to say in the 2 hours leading up before you went to sleep, let's say you actually checked through the notes and located the correct powder. So the letter that you read, sorry, not the letter. The instructions for the ritual stated that the brown powder is stored in a metal canister ready for use, and that is what needs to be burned in the fire.
Yeah.
Okay. You also, looking back through the original description by Rupert Merriweather of the ritual that they performed, he says... Oh, it just says Alan throws a handful of powder in the fire, producing an evil-smelling smoke and dampening the flames. Yeah. So it was the instructions that tell you about the metal canister. So it is the brown powder specifically that you throw on the fire. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So you begin your chant. You begin drawing your pentagram with chalk. You begin casting the powder into the fire. At which point, much like the ritual described in the Journal of Rupert Merriweather, it starts to produce this sort of odd-smelling smoke that starts to fill the air. It's a bit like when you burn incense in a religious ceremony. It's very sort of like dense smoke, essentially, that fills the room. Vapors, like fumes, is what I'm trying to get at. That even starts to like make this seem otherworldly in its own right. Like, you're not sure if this is like having some sort of effect on you, or whether it's just the lack of ventilation, basically.
Too much cocaine.
Yeah, but it's enough that like this starts to all feel very surreal anyway. The sort of like you're in a farmhouse at midnight, chanting in Latin. There's this horrible smoke, and then you start to hear the creature scrabbling around in the attic as well. And it all starts to seem very, very strange. Almost like an out-of-body experience in a way. You just kind of sort of disassociate and just focus on the chant, just repeating the chant.
Chanting over the fire. Bird going to die.
You chant like for like 20 minutes solid before like the creature in the attic starts howling. And it's a loud howl. It's not like a wolf's howl either. It's like much more sort of like almost like undulating. So sort of rises and falls as this thing seems to be throwing itself around the attic. There's like the roof is essentially just like wooden boards, and there's like dust like falling down, and like, you know, from the activity in the attic, there's just like a rain almost falling down. You start to hear like foul curses, foul language coming from this thing in a sort of really harsh, guttural voice. The kind of thing that like Father Edwin would think was the devil himself, you know, the kind of thing you would expect if you were exorcising a spirit from someone and they start like, you know, cursing and cussing in a deep voice. The house itself almost feels like it is swaying. It starts to creak under the weight of this thing throwing it around. You hear things falling from the shelves in the other room, in the basement maybe. The table falls over in the other room. I need a quick sanity check from the pair of you.
Okay.
No!
Oh, God.
The job was fucked up.
2 fails. Okay, you lose 1 D3 sanity. Man, I should have spawned in a D3.
I mean, we could do...
I'll just do it in Steam.
Okay, do it in Steam. Remind me in the next game, and I'll pre-prepare some D3s on the table. I'll get some D2s as well.
Okay, 63 becomes 60.
Wow, Steam is not generous today.
And, God damn it.
So did you both lose 3 sanity?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm now at 60.
Cool. I'm just going to check something for the sanity rules, because we might need to know. I think we have to keep track of how much you lose altogether. Let's have a look. 31 and 5.
Okay.
Right. Use 5 or more sanity points as the result of a single roll. That's okay. And if you lose a 5th or more in one day. Okay.
Yeah, so for me it's 10 and Paul is 13.
Of what you started this day with.
I mean, I was at 49.
Yeah.
So it
you've
would
lost
be
5.
9 or 10.
Yeah. We'll call it 10 for easy maths. And Pell was at like 60 odd.
63.
Yeah, I was at 63. So
5th from 63 is...
It would be like,
I'd say 13.
Yeah, probably. I have a table somewhere, like a chart. Here we go. 63.
Yep.
12. So if you lose 12 or more in total, we need to check something, and yours is 10 or more. Right.
yeah.
So, sanity has happened. Right. The violence and noise continues for some time. The first half hour of the ritual passes. I need you both... you have basically spent two... Or is it... Hold on. Let me just double check. Each time it's going to do... Okay. Cool. So you've both spent 2 magic points. Just cross off 2 magic points for me.
Magic.
I'm just going to put a 4 up there. So I know.
So you're at 11.
Yep. Right. You continue the ritual. As you continue chanting, there's a sudden horrible smell that starts to drift down from the attic. I need a look roll from the pair of you.
48. So I'm fine.
Okay.
Wow, you roll 7 again?
Yeah.
Below 7.
You are both fine. What you notice as you sort of continue your chant is that there are suddenly like along with the smell, which is like almost like a sulfurous smell, there's like a sort of very faint pattering sound, and you realize that there's like liquid dripping down from the ceiling and hitting the floor, and where it's hitting the floor, it's like hissing and burning, and you realize that it's acid that's dripping from the ceiling. Now, luckily, neither of you get hit, and thanks to Pell's 7, neither does the pentagram. This acid manages to miss the chalk outline, and where it does be maybe like touch upon the outline, like Miles is quick to point it out, and you quickly like chalk back over it before it can be disrupted. So the pentagram remains intact as you continue the chant. About 40 minutes into the chant, you hear a noise outside near the windows. And then you hear just a tapping against one of the windows. And then you hear a voice. And the voice says, "Oh, guys, it's me, let me in. Oh my God. Came and chased me into the woods. Please let me in. It's not safe."
I'm going to say spell. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to look at him.
Yeah, look at him and just keep chanting, like nodding.
I'm just going to say nope. Nope.
Or like, shake your head, like.
Yeah, just shake my head saying nope.
Okay.
Don't even look at the windows.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
not dumb enough.
Yeah.
Last time we tried to check a window, it was off.
Last time you didn't check the
I didn't look.
No.
I just said nope, and I left.
You've got previous on not checking windows. It's almost like windows are a really bad thing to check in Cthulhu.
I know, right?
So
Yeah,
you
I mean, they're
ignore
windows. Charon,
Yeah.
they're the window to your soul.
the windows
and
to
death.
hell.
Yeah.
They the sort of like continues sort of pleading to be let in as you just ignore him and stoically continue with your Latin chant. And then the pounding, he starts to pound on the windows as the panic in him rises. He's like, please, please, for God's sake, please, let me in, let me in, let me in. He starts like slamming his fist against the window, and then the window shatters. I'm going to. Are you purposely? I know, Edwin, you said you purposely are trying not to look at the window. Miles, are you also purposely trying not to look at the window?
Yeah, I will as well if there's like no. Yeah, so I've got my basically blinkering my vision, so I've got my hands like cupped around my eyes.
So here's what we're gonna do. This is one of those fun Cthulhu checks. You're gonna roll me spot hidden. And if you pass a hard check, you have seen it. So you want to fail this check.
Okay, can we spend points to fail?
You can spend points to fail, sure, I'll allow it.
Spot hidden.
Your hard is a 30, so you're fine, you failed.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh. I mean, I'm trying to not look at the window. So.
Yeah, so you need
I'm
to
going to
get
say if
20
you pass an extreme, you see him.
My God.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Nice.
No.
Okay, you fail. There's like, you heard him like smash through the window, and then there's just silence. That's the weirdest part. Just the silence, like almost like mid yell. He was like, "Let me in, let me in, let me," and then just nothing. I need another sanity check.
God, that's a fail.
That is a.
If you pass, you're fine. If you fail, you lose 1 sanity. Just 1, because it was only like you haven't seen it. Okay. You know what I mean?
I did my best to not look at this.
It's more the unknown. The fact that you didn't see or hear anything is kind of what's unsettling. So yeah. Right. You continue chanting. And then the next thing you hear, you buried the raccoon. Very clever. Yeah, okay.
I was right?
Oh, yeah. We'll do the rundown at the end, so I'll fill you in on some of the other stuff. But yes, burying the raccoon was actually very clever. It is going to... Oh, do I... Yeah,
wow.
Fuck it. I'm just, it has so many magic points, and some things are bigger than others, but I think at this point it's gonna do it. Father Edwin, roll me a listen check. And this is gonna be a hard because you're chanting in Latin, and so is Pell.
Oh, it's not going to throw the
94, so I
94.
fell totally, really hard, almost really hard.
Is this going to throw the car through the building?
You don't hear it until it's too late. But suddenly you realize something outside is running towards the house quite quickly, and then the window. And I need you to roll me a dodge check, and this is going to be a hard dodge check because your back is to the window and you didn't hear it coming, and you're purposely trying not to look.
That's a really bad roll.
Okay.
83.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fail. Now,
I would need 18, and I don't think it's possible for me to even save it with my luck.
You can push a roll. So this is a re-roll, but if you fail again, there are consequences. So it's up to you. You can accept the failure, or you can essentially double down.
So it's got to get a hard or extreme.
This was a hard dodge, yeah. So yeah, you need to at least hit your hard dodge, which is 18.
It's up to you. I'd say accept the fail now, but
Yeah. I mean, if I die, you're going to have to continue chanting.
So, you accept the fail?
Yeah.
Yeah. So something hits you hard from behind, something weighty, and you are knocked to the floor, and something is on you, pinning you down. You are going to take heads, it's 1, tails, it's 2. 2 damage to your hit points from this thing, because it hits you like fucking hard. There's no time to dodge. There's no time to even break your fall. You just sort of like go down like a sack of shit. Face hits the floor. Chin hits the floor. You break the chant. Luckily, Miles is still chanting. Miles, would you have turned to look at this as you hear Edwin stop speaking?
We're trying to ignore everything.
Or would you just ignore it and power through? This is entirely on you, on your character. Like, what do you think? Would you be like, shit, I need to help? Or would it be just like, no, just keep going and hope he's not dead?
So, sort of, if we were like near the very end,
we're mostly 40 minutes. No, we're more than 40 minutes.
45 minutes through.
45 minutes. He would hearing. I mean, obviously, he would look up.
Yeah. So what you see is Father Edwin, like on the floor, pinned down under what appears to be a dead bear. Like the bear isn't moving; it is completely dead. But it is like it weighs a ton. It's pinning Father Edwin to the ground.
Okay. Can I see Edwin still breathing?
I mean, I'm not like knocked out.
I mean, conscious, so you can see that he's like the wind has been knocked out of him. But as he sees you looking at him, like Father Edwin probably just resumes the chant.
I would resume it, just stay under it. I would not care.
Yeah. Okay.
Just gonna stay under the bear.
For where we are at.
Okay.
Yeah, Miles would
just
still
continue.
I mean, Miles would still be chanting.
Okay. Sure.
I mean, after seeing the fucking body of a dead guy going up and trying to stab us with the telepathic fucking dagger.
I'm still going to say this is still a sanity check for the pair of you. But you can continue just chanting from under the bear. I'll allow it.
I mean, it's mostly me.
I would allow sub-Ursal chanting, I believe, would be the
Sub-Ursal, yeah.
I passed my sanity check.
Cool, you're fine.
I passed.
No sanity. You guys have seen so many horrors in the war. You are like almost immune to this shit.
Yeah, dead bear. Yeah, more like Ted Bear.
Dead bear, not a problem. Where'd it come from? Who fucking knows? You don't want to know. What you want to do?
We want to care. We don't care.
Before something worse comes through the window.
This is amazing. Yes. So you continue chanting. You hit the 50-minute mark, and then 2 other things happen. The first thing I'm going to say is Miles. You hear from outside the window the car beginning to rock, and then you hear a I don't know how well it came through on the mic. But imagine the sound of a tire bursting and deflating.
Okay. That's fine. Keep going.
You keep going? Okay.
Yeah.
The horn on the car goes.
That's fine. I've been under the whistling of death from above, so this is nothing.
Okay, good. Failing to drag any rise out of Miles by damaging the car.
It would be like 55 minutes now.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm just going to see if
It's going to use everything now. Just throw it.
Yeah, this is the
I'm just seeing if it's
penultimate
got
minute.
what it's got left that it can really do. Because I've seen people do some interesting stuff with this, but technically, one of the most interesting things I've seen, he can't actually do.
He hasn't got enough points.
I'm using the bear as a protection now. He cannot hit me harder. I have a bear on top of me. Fuck you
Okay.
guys.
So yeah, I'm going to skip over that. So what I will say is, as you hit the sort of 55-minute mark, and you know you're starting to get towards the end of the ritual, a wisp of oily smoke starts to like curl down from the ceiling, almost like a small tornado, like a little twist of smoke, like a funnel shape that starts to like suck down towards the center of the pentagram. As it starts to like draw down into the room, and then it starts to like condense into a partially visible shape, sort of vaguely human. And as you continue the chant, it starts to solidify into a face that you recognize. Right, chant starts to get to like the 56-minute, 57-minute mark. You realize that what's actually in the circle is Rupert Merriweather. And he holds up his hands and says, "Stop! You must stop. We had it wrong. This ritual, it won't exorcise the demon. Marianne Allen didn't understand. It will release the demon. Please, you must stop."
No, keep going.
Keep going,
He's
ignore.
dead. He's dead. He's not here.
I am dead. I died. And it's only now with the clarity of death that we realize we were wrong. You mustn't let this thing escape. You must stop the ritual now before it's too late.
No, keep going. You asked us to
Right.
exercise it. We were exercising it.
If we die, we die. We don't care.
Okay.
Keep going.
Okay. Sure.
We're already that far. We're going to finish what we started.
Yeah. I'm gonna say make me... You know what, fuck it. I'm gonna say it's one last little sanity check.
$33, that's a pass.
That is.
Oh, 23, that's a pass.
Just before it fades away, there's a moment when Rupert Merriweather is replaced by a generic male that you don't recognize, either of you. And it looks to Miles and it says, "Fail the ritual, and I'll allow you to be rich beyond your wildest dreams."
I just keep chanting.
"I'm a djinn. I can grant your whatever wish your heart desires. Stop the ritual. Whatever you wish can come true.
No.
Can bring a lost loved one back to life."
I mean, do we even have a loved one?
I don't know. Do you?
I don't know. Do you?
No. No, my love died in the war.
"I can make you ageless."
That's boring.
I'm just like, I just give it the middle finger.
"I can give you a wife with enormous
What
titties."
chanting?
Yeah.
Not chanting the guy. I mean, does the middle finger exist at that time?
Sure.
Or I do whatever rude gesture was at the time.
Cool. So as its last ditch desperation, it offers you a wife with big titties. You flip it off. You give it the bird, and from beneath the bear, Father Edwin. I mean, would Father Edwin flip the bird, Or would he like make this? No, he
He
makes the
did
sign
the
of the
cross,
cross.
maybe,
Yeah,
like-
yeah. He holds his cross aloft from beneath the fucking bear corpse.
By the power.
Yeah, and then you finish the chant. Spend 2 more magic points. Just knock those off each. And the ritual completes. The djinn, with a scream of anguish, is sucked into the pentagram in the floor, and it turns back into smoke. It's like it's getting sucked into the. If you were ever a kid when you used to pull the plug out the bath and tornado there, in the bath,
vortex.
it's like a vortex. That's the word. Thank you. It kind of it's like that. It's like it gets vortex pulled into the floor. And as it finally disappears, the entire pentagram burns. It just instantly, just like magnesium ribbon style. It ignites and just flash burns, poof, and it's just gone. And the pentagram has disappeared. The floor is not pristine. It's covered in shit, but it is the same shit it was before you drew a pentagram on it. And there's just a silence that falls over the farmhouse. The ritual is being completed. Somehow.
I have one thing to say.
Somehow you've banished this thing.
Hell lost more HP than me by being hit by a random guy.
And
Well, I got hit by a fucking bear.
Yeah. He went down harder though. He hit his head on a chair. That's the thing. It's never the impact that kills you. It's the fall, right? That's the... That's how you die to one punch. It's not often the punch that kills you. It's hitting the floor afterwards. Man, you again somehow with your hit points and sanity intact. Against all
sanity.
odds.
I am 2 sanity away from losing 10 in a day.
Nice. I mean, that's fine. Yeah, you have banished the lurker, as it is known. You completed the Edge of Darkness. Congratulations! You are 2 Cthulhu adventures down and somehow still alive. Good going. Good going. So we'll do some rundowns. We'll do some housekeeping. What do you do? Let's start with what do you do after the ritual is completed?
Try to remove the bear out of my ass.
Yeah, I assume he can lift the bear off you or drag you out from underneath it.
Finish the bottle.
Yeah, drink the alcohol. Does Father Edwin have a have a drink, or does he stick devoutly to
After that, I'm sure I have blood everywhere on me from the bear because he's fucking dead. And the way the raccoon was open, I'm feeling the bear is almost going to be open too.
Yeah, now investigating it, it's same thing. The chest has been bored and the heart is missing, and you think now it kind of makes sense that this thing has probably been feeding on woodland creatures around here. While it's been living in the attic. And as you sort of look over to the broken window, the corpse of Red Jake is hanging half in, half out of the house, lifeless, recently dead.
I'm going to pay for the reparation of your car for that one because.
Do you go out and check the car?
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 of the tires have been burst, and the thing has clawed the seats to ribbons, and the windscreen is shattered. The car is still full, but you will have to get it fixed up. It probably won't drive.
How far were we from the town?
It's going to be a bit of a walk, but you can probably get back to town, call someone, get the car towed, take care of business, as it were. But yes, the car has had a bit of a rough time, but it's repairable. It kind of abandoned that when it realised it couldn't even get you to come to the windows and look.
Well, that's good. My boss would. It's not going to take too hardly if I return it in such a dilapidated state.
Yeah.
I have the money. I have the connection.
Yeah, you guys have. Yeah, let's say Father Edwin offers to pay to have the card done. He's a fellow with means and can easily afford it.
You survive a demon.
You did.
I shall
did.
pay.
You did some really good things. We'll go through and have a breakdown of the adventure from the start. Was there anything that you missed? I don't think you really missed anything in the first section, because you pretty much get the lore dump from Rupert Merriweather, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like it's up to me like how pain Bertrand is. And I feel like it probably like it was rough. Like not everyone gets into that much of an altercation with Bertrand, but it was the way you sort of like try to specifically like fight him off with the box. Like, and I was like, it's
opportunity.
This has to be like some sort of like altercation in that case, and it was just like you rolled a really bad roll, so that was why it went that way. I have seen some really good interesting suggestions about like having Bertrand like follow you, turn up again in Ross's corners, harassing you, and eventually turn up in the ritual so that you don't know if it really is Bertrand or no.
So if we
which is quite
end up like
fun.
killing him.
Yeah. So then it's like if it's the
that.
real Bertrand, you don't let him in, you lose sanity because he dies. Or if it's not the real Bertrand and you let him in, it could go bad. So yeah, that was fun. There was also there's a bit of a red herring here, which is the repeated mentions of the Vermis mysteries, which does drag a lot of people usually to the Miskatonic University to try and access the book and get a copy of it. But it clearly says in the notes that the translations from the Vermis mysteries are in the farmhouse, and everyone seems to look that over. It's like such a when you look back at it, it seems so obvious. But like a lot of people do get sidetracked going to try and track down the book, which isn't available. As written, it's just that the professor there won't let you access it no matter what. But a lot of people suggest like overriding that by saying that it was stolen. And basically trying to tie that back to Marion Allen. Again, like not only did he steal the sarcophagus, but he stole the De Vermis mysteries as well. Which was what I was going to do if you went there. I was going to be like, oh yeah, it was stolen it was stolen in 18. Do you know about this book? And like put some pressure on you to be like, are you involved somehow? What you know what I mean? Because it's not like a commonly known book, so it's like it casts shade on you, and then it would be a problem. Then another skill check, maybe a chance to maybe use a social skill like Persuade or anything. The murder at the docks and the references to Boston and stuff like that, and the theft of the De Vermis book or the sarcophagus is all like potential future hooks. So that if I wanted to like expand this with like a follow-up one shot, I could then write my own based on that and like tie it in, so that you can use this as like an ongoing campaign. Or just easily maybe tie it into another one shot that happens to mention similar things. It's just like a jigsaw piece that you can slot into another jigsaw piece from another one. Ross's corners. One thing you didn't find is the reason why the people in Ross's corners are kind of assholes, and you didn't ask Mark Peters about it, so you never found out, is that there's a woman that went missing called Maggie McFurter the previous night, and she went out to check on her horses and like never came back, and her husband has sort of reported her missing, and people have been looking for her. So people are just like on edge and kind of suspicious of strangers. So that's why they were sort of giving you the cold shoulder. They're kind of like just like a bit like worried, I guess, more than anything. But that's kind of the reasoning for it. If you'd have investigated the woods just outside the farmhouse, which you didn't do either, you find the body of Maggie McFurter having been killed by the thing.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. What else? Marpeters. I mean, you could have bought some stuff from Marpeters if you wanted like any more supplies for the house. I've seen groups board up all the windows, which makes it harder to get to you. And there is a thing that like if you do board up the windows, rather than like trying to get things through the windows, there's nothing to stop the creature going out of the attic, getting a dead body, bringing it into the attic, dropping it through the hole into the room with you, and then reanimating it once it's in the room.
Yeah. Oh, that's clever.
Yeah. So
Can I
that's
have
fun.
done that with the bear?
Well, I was considering having Maggie McPherson to just throw a rock through the window to like throw rocks at you. But then I was like, you didn't find her body, so it kind of won't make a lot of sense. And I was like, this thing does like kill woodland creatures as well. And you buried the raccoon, and a bear is mentioned in the thing. And I was like, oh, it'd be fucking super funny to just have a bear come through the window. It's just like, just hurl a bear through, you know what I mean? So that was the plan. I just thought that would be funny as fuck. And it was. So yeah, you can go in the attic if you like go in the attic like before this thing like makes itself known. It fucking attacks you and it's bad. It can kill you outright. It's fucking brutal. So it's a good job you never like open that hatch and poke your head up, because that shit very bad bears. I will tell you the consequences of what happens if you do that. Where is the attic?
I mean, what is the worst, the raccoon or the bear? Does the raccoon like do something really dumb?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, the raccoon was just going to probably come through and bite you and stuff. Because the raccoon can get through the window quite easily, and it's like the thing can essentially animate something inside the house if it can get it through the window in a single. Like Jake couldn't come through because it's like he smashed the window, and as he flopped through, because he's partly through the wards, the magic is broken.
Okay, so
and it
so
couldn't
what's happening?
reanimate the bear because I'd already spent points on animating the bear once and animating Jake once. So I didn't have enough magic points left to animate the bear as well. Otherwise, it could have done that. But the raccoon is easier to animate, so it can animate the raccoon, jump through the window, and then reanimate the raccoon quite easy. And then it'll start biting you and attacking you, and then you've got to fight a raccoon.
War chanting and all the shit.
Which I really wanted to do, and you buried the fucking raccoon, and I was like, shit. So that was a bit annoying. So if you go up in the attic and you fail your dodge roll, you suffer 1d8 plus 1d6 damage, plus 1d3 fall damage, and if that kills you,
you get reanimated.
If that kills you, everyone makes a sanity check with 1d6 sanity loss if they fail. That's a lot of sanity. It's 1d3 just for witnessing the attack, or 1d6 if they get killed.
Christ.
Oh my God.
So that is, it's really fucking bad. That's the one thing you really don't want to do is poke around in the attic. If you attack Jake, which you didn't, you sort of pinned him down, but you didn't actually attack him. He will fight back, and you can get into like physical like combat. He could injure one of you, or if you kill him again, you'll take sanity because he's essentially an innocent that you killed. What else? Is there anything else that you want to know that you think you didn't know? Oh, the other powder. The other powder is the dust of Ibn Ghazi. It was mentioned in the thing, but not in the ritual itself. You can use the dust of Ibn Ghazi to make the creature visible. Because it's like you didn't actually see it. You managed to avoid seeing it each time. But if you ever do see it, it's like a sort of, almost like imagine like a dust devil, like just all sort of like wind and weirdness, and kind of ethereal. You can't
see it itself, but you could see its movement. So
but if you throw the dust on it, it makes it visible. So you can see it then, but also now you can see it. So sanity check.
Okay. Well, we've now got the dust of Ibn Ghazi for our inventory.
Yeah. Red Jake could have done 4 damage if he'd hit with his sneak attack. So luckily Pell managed to dodge that. Otherwise, that's a nasty first hit with the table leg there. If you use the powder of Ibn Ghazi to see the true form, it's a sanity roll that if you fail is 1d8 sanity loss. So that shit's fucking bad.
So the dust is amazing, but the dust is your worst nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's pretty much it. I think you
I don't think
found pretty much everything. And burying the raccoon was just a perfect thing to do. I was gutted when you did that, which is why I had to come up with the bear idea on the drop of a hat.
That was a good shout.
Yeah. And then, obviously, consequences for failure, there's a lot of them. If one of you fails and the other doesn't, then, you could end up getting blamed for their death again, or, potentially getting blamed for Maggie's death, or the death of
Red
Jake.
Now the problem is we have 2 bodies in a farmhouse we were for the day.
Yeah. I mean, do you burn it down? I don't know. What do you do?
I almost want to say we want to burn it down, but
do you bury the bodies? Burn. Do you dig some more graves?
Well, I mean, I'd imagine you would for Red. Seeing as you're a man of the cloth.
Yeah, I mean, technically, you never find the body of Maggie McFurter. That will eventually get found by the authorities, and it's not in the farmhouse, so
the proximity would be. Oh, maybe there was something.
Yeah, but we have the body of the other guy.
Yeah. What do you do with Red Jake's body?
Toss it in the well.
What is your guys' obsession with this well?
It's there.
It's always the well, the problem. The thing is, burying could work, but it would need to have multiple weeks or even months before the authority find the farmhouse and see that it's been disturbed.
I mean,
burning it not going to help because bones do not burn, and we don't have a strong enough fire.
I mean, we've got some gasoline.
It's not going to be strong enough. I mean, I have to ask, how's the blood looking? Do you have blood everywhere outside around the house?
No. I'd say that there's probably some, because he's slumped on the window frame, there's probably, blood in the window area.
But the thing is...
On the glass and on the...
He had to move it from where he killed them all the way to the house.
Yeah, but I don't think it left, a massive trail.
I mean, the way he killed it would.
Yeah, but I
think removed the heart.
Yeah, but then it's also he's been lying in the woods for 2.5 hours. So surely a lot of the blood would have drained. I feel from a wound that big.
Yeah. The problem now is we have a body with blood on the window, and cleaning blood is really fucking hard, from what I know. And we're doing that on the houses. Oh my god, we're going to get arrested. That's how people die. They finish the campaign, but they get arrested at the end.
Maybe. What do you do about it? What is the method of dealing with this body? I mean, you got to remember, there's no DNA sequencing or anything back then.
I mean, we could just leave it like that, and maybe try to come back another day.
At the end of the day, it's not your farmhouse.
Yeah,
not our body, not our farmhouse. Toodle pip.
Yeah, but you do have one person who knows we've gone to the farmhouse.
Maggie, not Maggie. The
storekeeper.
You're going to have to murder the storekeeper.
Let's do a ritual to summon back the djinn to kill the storekeeper to after banish him again.
So what? Oh, that was the other question. So what if we had capitulated to the djinn at the end there? Would we have had to fight the djinn
It just killed us.
It would have probably just killed you, yeah.
Just outright. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it'll say pretty much whatever it wants to try and get out of there.
But the problem is, he had 2 people to convince. Maybe he's stuck under a bear, but I'm still chanting, piece of shit.
Yeah, that's true. You only need one person to continue the chant as well. Okay. So yeah, well, the main thing we want to do is, are you just? I mean, you've got to. The thing is, you've got to get the car out of there as well.
Yeah, that's why. That's why I feel we're stuck.
So what? I mean, what is? How are you gonna get out of this?
I don't think we can. That's the problem.
No, I mean the car. I mean that's the thing. Would I have packed a spare wheel?
No, you have 2 tires
No.
blown up, so even if you have a spare, it's not enough.
It wouldn't help.
I mean, we could start walking and
I mean,
say we found the house like that.
How
and
bad are the tires? Like, are we talking like full on slash or just like a poke? Because it could be that it could be repaired, maybe.
It can be repaired, but not like you wouldn't have the tools to repair it here.
No. But general in this bumhick town, they might have.
I mean, possibly, yeah.
I
mean, you know what?
I mean, is that the plan? You go and get like fresh tires from town, and then like just GCFO.
Well, fresh tires if possible, repair or stuff for repair. If not, because I know vehicles, so I would know.
I mean, you're not going to be able to quickly repair the upholstery or the windscreen. That's going to be a bigger job.
No,
but you could get.
If we can get the tires sorted, I can worry about the rest later.
I'd say you could get the tires sorted, and you have enough mechanical repair skill that you can replace those yourself, and then just get the hell out of Dodge if that's what you want to do.
That is the plan, yeah.
Okay,
that will be the plan.
I mean, I feel that's not going to help us. We're still suspect. Did we give our name to the person?
Well, this is exactly where I was going to say. I don't think you gave your names to Martinez.
No, we did not.
I mean,
we just said that we were associates of the owner.
Yeah, she knows about Rupert Merriweather, and that's all she knows.
Yeah.
And don't forget, like, Rupert Merriweather's dead.
Yeah, but this is at Arkham.
Yeah, but not necessarily any records that you visited him. Bertrand didn't know who you were.
No,
we're the only people who got the letter.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we could try to go
there is enough.
buy tires.
Okay.
There might be just enough anonymity. Anonymity.
Anonymity.
Yes, that's
anonymity.
Anonymity.
Look, okay, that word is fucking shit. So
anonymity.
If we would have give our name, I would have say, look, we have to just call the police and say shit happened here and try to make it pass as was not our fault.
As much as it pains me to say, we do have booze that might burn.
Yeah,
I mean that's another thing you'd have to explain to the police as well.
Yeah.
We're up there. Wait, Miles is slightly drunk.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's already had a bottle of this stuff.
Exactly, which is very.
Well,
illegal.
that's the thing. Are these like small bottles or like 4-liter decanters?
Like I don't know, like a jug, like a clay jug of.
Yeah, but I mean, you could get a small one, or you could get like the massive, like half meter round
a liter. I'm thinking, right? Like.
It's
substantial.
Probably wouldn't have finished the entire bottle.
Okay, we're going to go buy 2 tires and leave.
Okay.
And go fix the car somewhere else than town.
Yeah. Go home. Go sleep.
Well, okay. So let's say you one of you or both of you heads to Ross's Corners. You buy a couple of spares for the vehicle.
The 2 of us are mostly going to be, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, are you able to change mags on the tire, Kyle?
He can do it. It's fine.
Yeah, I can do it.
So okay.
He manages to change the tires. You by dawn you are trundling off straight back to Boston, I guess.
Yeah.
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 Where at some point
I would have purchased a fresh shirt because the other one is now covered in bear fur.
Yeah. At some point, you'll get fresh clothing, fix the car, and carry on with your collective lives,
Your life.
which may or may not involve another adventure. We shall see. For now, we can do some
Leveling.
Yeah, leveling essentially. So, first of all, for completing this adventure and banishing the lurker, you gain 1d10 plus 1 sanity points.
Oh.
Interestingly, if you fail the adventure, you lose further sanity as well for failing, which is like fucking harsh.
Really?
6. So 3.
It's better than nothing.
No, you get 3. It's D8. Sorry, D10 plus 1.
Yeah.
Cool. So you get a bit of sanity back. And then we do the skills. So you will have been ticking any skills that you passed without spending luck or pushing, so just pure successes.
Mm-hmm.
And the way you level these up is you roll, and if you roll higher than your existing skill, you can roll a d10 and increase your skill by that amount. This also is, you can do this for luck as well.
Okay.
And by the time the next adventure comes around, you will have healed to full as well, so you might as well heal.
That's a crit fail. What about our MP? Does that restore?
I will look that up because I do not know.
That is okay. Well, that if you pass, it doesn't depend on the degree of the pass.
No, you have to roll higher. So
Yeah.
the higher your skill is, the harder it is to improve it, is the way it works.
Oh, right, I gotcha. Okay, so that needs.
Yeah, so you're looking to fail, essentially.
Okay, no, that helps me. Okay, so that is 47. That means 23. Is it rounded up or rounded down?
For the halves and stuff,
Yeah.
there's a table. So what's the score? And I'll tell you.
47.
47. So many pages. Yeah, 47. 47. Half is 23, fifth is 9.
Cool, thank you. Oh, that's a fail. That is libraries. Okay.
Oh, magic points return at 1 per hour, so your magic will refill, basically. So you can just put that back up to max.
Okay, so I'll finish rolling and then let you know which one that I've done.
Yeah.
That is okay. That's oh, 100. Oh no, 0. Oh,
Okay.
damn it.
72. What is the half and
36 and 14.
Yeah. Library use at 57.
57, 28, and 11.
Okay, that's what I've already done. Persuasion 68.
68 is 34 and 13.
57 was 28 and 11.
Yep.
45.
Oh, of course.
45 is 22 and 9.
Yeah, I think that's everything.
Cool.
And the luck, if I remember, we were rolling at the
It's
10?
the same. You get luck automatic,
yeah.
or do you have to pass the check same as the others?
I don't remember. I know you're getting luck back.
Yeah,
but
I think
don't
it's the
remember
same
how
way, but
much.
I'll just double check.
Okay. Well, I rolled below, so.
A lot of entries for luck, so give me a second.
Because I know that Cal and me got luck back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you definitely got luck back. Any other questions while I look this up?
I just need the numbers for 39.
That's
The
right.
half and the only one that.
39 is 19 and 7.
Keep.
Okay.
I'm just going to pop the loop.
Yeah.
I mean,
I roll below my luck, so.
okay. Some people say you can do this the regular Call of Cthulhu. You need to roll over your luck and get a D10 of luck back.
I can't find the section
But
for improvement rolls. It says page 32, but it's not on page 32 at all. Fucking rules.
I mean, some people say 14 in PULP. No, that's something else.
PULP.
This is a rule in the same way in the normal skill improvement. See page 94, Call of Cthulhu rule book.
Page 94. Thank you very much.
I don't know if it's going to be the right version.
7th edition is what we're looking for. Yeah, this is the one. Rewards of experience.
Oh. The player roll a D100. If they roll higher than the current luck, they add 2d10 plus 10 to their luck score. What?
Well, let me see if we get to that or not.
If the roll is equal or less than the hero present luck, 1d10 plus 5.
It says 1d10 for skills. Skills of 90% or more. None of your skills hit 90, did they? I don't think so.
No.
No, my highest is 60.
Yeah, you get some
My highest
sanity
is
back
85.
if you hit 90 or anything.
Oh.
Right. You can also potentially gain sanity by interacting with your backstory. We'll cover that later.
Yeah.
Check credit rating. We don't need to do. Reduce all sanity limits by 1. Page 169. I want to. I literally don't know what that means, so forget that.
Yeah.
That
Which
is so confusing.
Cthulhu is that?
Phobias and manias, living expense, spending money. I mean, I'm not seeing this rule about luck being 2d10x, so I'm going to stick with the.
Yeah, so it's maybe something else.
Recovering luck is on page 99. If the roll is above their present luck score, they add 1d10 points to their luck score. If the roll is equal to or less, no points are recovered.
Okay, so that's another version of Cthulhu.
Yeah, that might be. Maybe that's from 6th edition, or maybe it's a house rule. But yeah, it's 1d10, same as the other ones.
Okay, so I can recover 10 points of luck because I'm lucky. You can roll. You didn't recover any luck, pal.
Sorry, what was the
You
final
need to roll
verdict?
higher than your luck.
Oh, no, I did not. I rolled below.
Okay.
Right, listen to this explanation and see if this makes sense to you, okay? At some point, constant exposure to the same mythos creature has no further effect. The monster is no longer a living nightmare, but rather another obstacle in the investigator's path. Once an investigator has lost as many sanity points for seeing a particular sort of monster as the maximum possible sanity loss for that monster, he or she should not lose more sanity points for a reasonable interval. So this makes sense. For instance, no investigator could lose more than 6 sanity points from encountering deep ones, because it's a 1d6 sanity on a failed. Once you've failed enough times and lost 6 sanity, you never lose any more sanity for seeing a deep one, because you've hit that maximum. Right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But be warned, investigators never truly get used to seeing alien obscenities. After a time, perhaps the investigator's life has returned to some form of normalcy, the sense of horror can rise up anew. A player should keep track of the sanity points. Oh, I see what it's saying. The player should reduce those numbers by 1. So you're treated as having 5 lost, I guess, next time you come in, because you could potentially lose 1 point again. Right.
Yeah.
I see. And over time, that will come down until eventually you can go insane seeing the same shit again. Okay. Sure. Man, the way it's written is so confusing. I see where it's going.
Taran, you're reading the Call of Cthulhu.
I know, right? I'm losing sanity reading the fucking rulebook. Jesus. That's what awaits you if you start DMing this shit. Okay. So, I mean, are there any questions, or are we done? Have we completed the Edge of Darkness?
Oh, here. Encounter with strange entity. So you could place like the lurker. If we see another lurker.
I guess you could put lurker. Maybe we could, going forward, we could track how many sanity points you've lost to it in total, and figure out from there if you come across. I don't think you're going to come across another lurker specifically, but if we start getting to like common monsters, like deep ones, like fishmen and shit like that, then maybe we'll start tracking that. But I think for now we're good. None of you got any phobias and manias. You weren't attacked. If that thing attacks you in the attic, by the way, where you stick out of it, even if you survive, you might come out of it with an actual scar. Because that thing does some major damage. It will fuck your face. So that is great. Man, I think you guys have done a great job so far.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think in a way everything that could kill me, like seeing a fucking dead raccoon in front.
I know, right? So what I have to do is
we're fighting a fucking ghost. Possession is part of their most of their shtick, so let's remove that.
I'll have to see what adventure we go into next. I mean, I'm assuming, do you want to take these characters into another adventure, or do you want to retire them and make new characters? Because it is possible to just, put that character aside. You don't have to play the same character again. I mean, you're 2-0 at this point. You don't have to keep going until you die or go insane. You can retire.
I want to become insane.
Or you can keep going. So if we're going with the same guys, I'll have to decide what adventure we're doing, and then like how much time has passed, and whether we think we would have regained sanity or lost sanity in the meantime. Depends whether
we have lost sanity
spend
because
if you spend that time reading the library bonus, you're probably going to lose some sanity. But if you spend it deep in prayer, then maybe you'll regain some. We'll see. We'll have to see. We'll chat about that at some point in the future.
World War II happened. I lost all my sanity.
But yeah, I would say have a little think about whether you want to do another adventure with these characters or whether you want to try some new characters. And I will make the decision of what we're playing based off that.
Okay, I will bear that in mind.
I think you've done. Have you unticked all your boxes as well? Yeah. So they're fresh and good to go. Sweet.
Yeah. So
right.
You want to save the table? I'll clear
I think we're done.
Clear the line.
Yeah. Good game, gentlemen. Good game. Let's go play some PUBG.
Indeed.